Hello, rollers. This song is obviously about Motonka. It is called Motonka. And I thank Prometheus UA for bringing this song to me, for recommending it. Thank you, Prometheus. And before I switch to some other topic, I will read for you the the text that Prometheus UA also added to this song, and I just want to provide this information because it's always very useful. So it's about Motonka, actually, what it is. Motonka is a traditional Ukrainian handmade charm doll made by Rollin. Yeah. Ukrainian, it's Motanya. Motonka. And joining pieces of fabric into shape with cords and knots. The blank face, protection from an evil eye, and the clothes of the doll are covered with embroidered designs. The tradition goes back to pre-Christian times, thousands of years ago. There are many types of Motonka dolls depending on the purpose, but they are all meant to have a feminine image of a protector, of a woman, or a family. Such dolls, often stuffed with medical herbs, were believed to have magical and healing properties. So, a charm, a protector, a beautiful Ukrainian handmade thing that we're actually raffling today. This beautiful one is gonna be raffled today. Yes, their faces are kind of scary, but crosses on their faces, they actually are protecting. So, not that creepy after all. Tonight, we're gonna have Dima from Dnipro, who is evacuating Ukrainian civilians from the frontline towns, cities, and villages. Mostly from towns and villages, because there are not many cities there. Well, basically no cities at the moment on the front line. But he was actually evacuating people from Kherson city. I think Kherson is a city, not a town. So technically, all of the types of inhabited localities that are there. So guys, I have some tragic news that I actually received just half an hour before the stream. Well, probably an hour now already, because I am late, almost half an hour late to the stream. So it's already an hour, and the news are next. One of the rollers died, and it is Zero Ohms. Jim. He was my friend. I knew him personally. I was inspired by him. I just got shocked, and I'm still shocked. I cannot believe it. Yesterday you just got a message from a person, but today this person is gone, and accepting this is not easy, and I don't know. Yeah, my friends, it's just Troy is here. Troy brought me this news, and actually also a Ukrainian veteran, Vadim, also brought me this news tonight. No, he was not killed by a missile attack. He was killed by a sudden, unexpected heart failure. His heart just stopped. I don't know, guys. I'm lost. I'm lost after this news. I just cannot normally work today. I don't know what to do with this stream. I'm gonna try my best because me and all of us, we have responsibilities. And it is to supply our soldiers with the needed equipment. And this is why we are gonna work, but we're also gonna remember, and we're gonna luckily we're gonna be able to celebrate the life of a great person. He was a very kind man. Yeah, my condolences to his family. I would really, big man. He was a big man. He was only 58 years old, and he was about to turn 59 in just 5 days on Friday. That's what Troy told me. Troy is here in the chat. He is James's friend, and they work together in Technology United for Ukraine. And he was one of our top engineers. He was a great person. I know that he was also teaching people English, teaching Ukrainians English. Joseph Johnson, Zero Ohms, one of the rollers, died yesterday. He had a unexpected heart failure, and it's just thank you guys for being here for me. But I think what matters is the loss of a great supporter of Ukraine. And you see, guys, it could be like this. Just he was here in Ukraine, and I'm not sure if he was close to the front line, but he was risking here more than he did back home. But he died from the heart failure. At 58 and still fighting, have little to no excuse. 54, said Dumitro Claudio. Thank you, Rollers, for all the good words. We also had a project. Well, Zero Ohms and his friends back home, they had a fundraiser, which I was helping with, just to transfer money from the PayPal to the jar, because I could not take this fundraiser into sorry guys, it's hard to focus right now. So he was sending me money from him and his friends. He was sending it to my PayPal for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and he did not finish it. He was not meant to finish it. So we definitely need to finish it for him, I think. The goal was, it still is, $12,000. So $7,500 yet to raise. If you guys he will help dear Pete to guide our birds of freedom and justice. May he rest in peace, and bless him and his family. Bless him and his family. Okay. When did you last see him? I've seen him in person only in the beginning of this year. It was probably like February or March, I'm not sure. But we met on the handover event with him. He knew me. He was a roller already, and he approached me, and I actually have taken an interview from him, and he asked me not to publish it because to OPSEC reasons, because he's working for Ukrainian military engineering projects, you know, and you did not see an interview with him, and I regret it. I'm not sure if I saved that interview. I need to check it. I would love to show it to you now. No, I don't think it will damage the project somehow. Troy, please confirm. Then Lynn S, $20 in memory of Ohms. He was a great supporter. Now we really need to step up and donate. Carpassian, I actually live like this. I share my emotions, and it helps me to stay mentally fine. Like, sharing is my way to express and to process. The most important thing is to process anything, any emotions, anger, grief, happiness. I think it just helps me more. So working is also hanging out with rollers, and reaching the goals is needed because I have responsibility. Oh, I have a donation from Wally Drennan. $7,500. Happy Sunday. Get some rest, Rick. Wally, thank you. I'm not gonna skip the stream. Because of this, you know that, man, right? I mean, I'm not gonna stop it and go rest, unfortunately, but maybe I will be able to finish it earlier today. Wally, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please put all to James's fundraiser. Any left over, put to next in line. I am in for NAFA truck. Thank you. Thank you, Wally. So, guys, Dima is the hero of Dylan's documentary, Unevacuatables. That's a hard word to pronounce for Ukrainians, to be honest. And you probably have seen that documentary. I asked you to watch it. Кажу, що ти герой документалки Ділана, і я просив свою спільноту подивитися документалку. Я впевнений, що більшість з них подивилась, і вони знають про тебе і чим ти займаєшся. Але все одно попрошу тебе розказати свою історію, поки що можна так коротко, і давай по декілька речень, а я їх буду перекладати.
Ну, война началась, была одна маленькая машинка, давай так, вкратце, и начали заниматься эвакуацией. Как эвакуация? По 10 литров бензина взяли, в машину положили и колоннами вывозили. Ну, и они или в Ростов выезжали, или в Запорожье, неважно какая разница, главное, что спасали жизни. И мы поехали в Мариуполь, вот так начали ездить в Мариуполь, залазили 4 раза в Азовсталь с парнями.
Вау.
Да.
Окей, тепер почекай, треба перекласти. So, when the full-scale invasion began, we had a small car, and we were driving to Mariupol to evacuate people from there. 4 times together with my friend. Це, стоп, хто був з тобою? Один, по-моєму, друг, да, був в Маріуполі з тобою? Чи різні з тобою їздили люди?
Ну, со мною несколько чоловік їздило.
Ага, ви одночасно? Вас, типу, скільки їздило? Чи...
Ну, сначала мы начали ездить вдвоем с парнем. Потом нас стало 4. Стало 2 группы. Не, ну так что более-менее плотно мы работали. И, кстати, его взяли потом в плен.
Він з полону вийшов?
Да, он сейчас где-то в Германии.
Ага. Довго він пробув там?
3 месяца.
Жесть.
Забрали машину, все забрали.
Ага, so what Dima just told me is that he was going there with his friend, and that friend was taken into Russian captivity. They took his car, they took everything, and put him to captivity for 3 months. They do that with civilians if they don't like those civilians. So Russian world is an ugly thing, and that may happen to you there at any second if they just don't like you. They just can take you captive, either you're a civilian or military. Anyway, Dima was going to Azovstal a few times when it was... I don't think... Діма, а коли це було на Азовсталь? Коли ви попадали? Ще ж до того, як її повністю окружили?
Это когда начало войны было. Это мы проходили в Азовсталь, мы не проезжали на машинах.
Там... Ні, розумію. Я про те, що вона ще тоді не була в осаді, мабуть, правильно?
Хто? Азовсталь?
Азовсталь, я маю на увазі...
Все, азовці вже були, в кольце.
Ага, як ви туди попадали?
Ну, вот так вот, за воду, за влажные салфетки, как договаривались с Кадыровым. Не договаривались. Разные моменты. Мы проходили через бои, прямо стрелковые, вот так, просто, скажем так, верой проходили, когда идет стрелковый бой, кто понимает из, может, военных, или кто прикасается к военным. Идет по улице стрелковый бой, мы просто поднимали руки, вот так сквозь пули проходили, веря в то, что в нас мирных стрелять не будут. Типа мирных. Ну, я одевал специально яркую футболку сверху, чтобы, я понимаю, это сейчас, да, бронежилеты надо. Сейчас надо перевести, да, наверное?
Так, давай перекладу. So, guys... it's crazy, but Dima was getting to Azovstal even it was when it was directly on under siege, and they were getting to it. And I asked, "How did you do that?" He said, "Sometimes we had to bribe Kadyrovites or other Russian military. Sometimes we were just getting through the gunfight, like." a real gunfight was happening, and we were just raising hands. I was wearing back then. I tried to wear some bright T-shirt, and I was just hoping that they won't shoot the civilian who raised hands. And as we can see, it worked. This man somehow stayed alive. It's crazy. What Dima is telling us right now is unbelievable. I'm like, what? Я кажу, що те, що ти розказуєш зараз, неймовірно, і я такий, типу, що?
Не, ну, я, может, просто рассказываю, но у меня на все есть там где-то видео, где-то свидетели, где-то, ну...
Ні, я тобі вірю. Я
Нормально.
просто вражений. Ну, типу, я бачив документалку, і я вірю, що ти дійсно це робив, тому що, ну, блін, в тебе страху щось майже немає взагалі, мабуть, да?
Не, ну, как, наоборот, может. Где-то есть страх, когда, ну, знаешь, как страх, я всегда это сравниваю с холодным душем. У меня страх начинает время действовать. Когда мне страшно, я сразу вспоминаю время действовать.
Ага, окей. So, тепер перекладу, давай. So what I said to Dima is like, man, I'm like, what? And he says, you know, I have proofs for that. I have videos for some of those stories. I have people who were with me, so witnesses. I have stories, like I have witnesses for some of the stories. And I was like, no, man, I believe you. I believe that you were there, that you were going to those places and doing those things. You have just a few fear. He said, well, I have fear, but it's like a cold shower for me. Fear is like a cold shower for me. It's a reminder for me that it's time for action. So basically I think it's Dima's motto. Time for action. Кажу, що, мабуть, твій девіз – це час діяти, да?
Время действовать, и люди дороже золота.
And people are more valuable than gold. That's the second motto of Dima. Дима...
Можно сейчас? Я имею в виду то, что ни железо, ничего, оно не ценится, как жизнь человеческая.
Mm-hmm.
Потому и машин, ну, вот так, за фронт.
He says that human life is the most valuable thing, and it just cannot be can be valued more than metal or something. So Dima tells me that right now evacuation is happening in armored vehicles that he somehow managed to find, and I will ask him where he find them. Where did he find them? Yeah. And what else? Sorry guys, not in the best shape today. So Dima told me also about those armored vehicles. They are not very armored. They are Volkswagens. So basically, not a very high class of armor, but one of the armored vehicles saved their lives because it was a direct hit by by 82 millimeter mortar, and they survived. А броньовику тому, в який влучило, вже гайки настали, да? Відповідно.
А мы еще 1,5 часа там отходили. Там, да.
Yeah, so that one is wrecked, and for 1.5 hours, Dima and everyone who was in the car, they were just...
В фильме есть это видео, да? В фильме есть, попали.
Я не пам'ятаю, що в фільмі є це.
Может, не скину. Ну, у меня очень много материала, то, что не скидывалось никуда.
Dima has a lot of material that was recorded but never sent or showed to anyone.
Вырвало железный пол.
Uh-huh.
Понял? Вот так. Короче, у нас тогда нас ехало 3 волонтера. Это где-то часов 5 утра, представь. Перед за Бахмутом там мы ехали на Солидар. Да.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it was close to Bakhmut, on the way to Solidar. Was when Solidar was still, when Solidar was not occupied yet. Yes. So, okay, guys. I wanted to tell you that Dima actually needs your donations. And his PayPal is in the description of the stream. He doesn't have any, how do you call them, philanthrops or organizations supporting him, so he relies on donations a lot. And right now, there are much more expenses because on Pokrovsk area, direction, it's a mess. It's hell there. And I think, yeah, he asked for help a week ago. I donated to him some of my personal funds, but it's not much. It's you know, guys, comparing to what you can, just me, but a lot of you. So please, if you have the means to donate to Dima and his initiative, Dima, де ты зараз?
Сейчас на Покровском направлении работаем.
Ну, ты десь там, да? Близко до фронта.
Да, мы сейчас там постоянно. Сейчас, я же говорю, сейчас собираем на рэп. Сейчас, там, конечно, сейчас другая война чуть-чуть началась. Не та война, что была.
А яка? Дроны? FPV?
Вообще жесть. Уже даже просто выйти с броневика опасно. Потому что там на тебя там по несколько дронов летают постоянно.
Давай перекладу це. Right now, Dima is on Pokrovsk direction, somewhere close to the front. He's not coming back home to Dnipro anytime soon. So you can support his work here and now. Like, he's going to be doing it tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and so on. And they need fuel, of course. Ideally, it would be awesome for them to have enough money to get the electronic warfare devices, but it's expensive, and I doubt that you can donate that much today for him to be able to buy electronic warfare device tomorrow, because I think it is 150 тисяч гривень. Це скільки доларів? Це майже 4 тисячі доларів, да?
Ну да, так это еще не самый такой рэп поставишь, понял?
Ну, так, але хоч щось. So, yeah, guys, $4,000 is the cost of the most primitive electronic warfare device you can get. So, if anyone is able to cover that for Dima.
Да, сейчас подготавливаем на зиму. Сейчас там с парнями пытаемся доделать ходовую двигатель. Джип есть, покрашен даже, понял, в этот черный, в Раптор цвет зимний. Он прошлой зимой проработал на Часовяре. И в этой зимой тоже будет работать.
Yep. Так, перекладаю. Ще не все з першого шматочку переклав. So, what Dima said is, it's a different war right now that he remembers from the last year. Right now, it's totally a drone war, and it's really dangerous to get out of the armored vehicle. And it just if you get out, multiple drones can hunt you. So it's that serious and that scary there. I agree with him. Every life is priceless, and we need to fight for each life there. And you know, this man inspires me to be more more kind to people, more understanding, not to Russians, of course, but to Ukrainian people who are on occupied territories. And I know perfectly that on occupied territories from 2014, very hard and sometimes even not judge at all, because it's not that simple in this case when they are being under influence of Russian propaganda. That's the first thing. Secondly, they actually sometimes just cannot leave. Sometimes they don't want to leave because it's their home and they just don't want to live at some other place. And many times they don't support Russian occupiers, and being just quiet about it, or don't care. Sometimes people just want to live their simple lives and not care about who is invading. And yeah. Ліна, вітаю тебе.
Привіт.
Привіт, радий тебе бачити. Діма, Ліна, знайомтесь.
Hi.
So I've asked Dima question about situation on region from where he evacuates people, and he says that right now in Pokrovsk there are around 25,000 people who would like to stay in town because they think all the actions will happen on outskirts of city and not inside of it, as it was in Bakhmut or other cities close to front line. So
Ну, официальные СМИ будут говорить 16 тысяч. Я извиняюсь, что перебил.
In Dima's opinion, they should be evacuated like as soon as possible because it will be safer for them. And unfortunately, they should not hope for all the actions happening only on outskirts of town. Okay. It was a question from Cass. Where do the people all go? To the families, or is there also state-provided housing or housing provided by foreign NGOs? Dima says that everything is alive because of volunteers. He says all these shelters are organized by volunteers, and it's not 100% clear if there was some help from foreign NGOs, but compared to state help, Dima says that it's like a hard time for Ukraine, and unfortunately, the big responsibility lies on shoulders of volunteers, and he believes these hard times create strong people, and these strong people are obviously our volunteers who organize many things. And for example, now when he goes to evacuate people, he may take from these shelters some things for children, for example. And he also mentioned Chumacki Shlях. You can translate it as Milky Way. I'd say volunteering organization who provide people with hot meals on the road to Donetsk region. They cook around 3,500 meals, hot meals, like for example, borscht per day. People work there in 3 shifts, and most of them are women from villages like in this region. So I think it was the most we get. I would say volunteers, but in my opinion, like in my experience, they also might get some help from foreign NGOs because we get help not only from people from Ukraine but also from foreigners. The question was from Michael Michaels. What is favorite food to come home to eat from the front line? Dima said he's not really eating at home a lot because maybe it's like the kind of stress he is experiencing after evacuating people, but he really loves borscht. And if you've been watching on screen while he was talking, you could have seen his big smile when he said the word borscht. And I can completely understand these feelings because personally, like, I love borscht. So yeah, Dima says the best thing is to have borscht cooked on the fire, and it's good not only like outside of frontline, but also people over there. He said, I assume it's like people who got evacuated from him cook borscht as well, and it's good. And also he once again mentioned Milky Way volunteers who cook borscht, I think in the entrance of Donetsk region or inside of Donetsk region, but like Milky Way, he says their borscht is amazing. But yeah, he's not eating a lot at home, even though he has pauses between evacuation rights, like in 2-3 days, because he needs to find a new humanitarian aid to get to that people. New, how do you call top level?
Fuel.
Yeah, to get fuel. So he has some pauses, but the best thing is not like some food at home, but borscht in the road.
You know, guys, I can say that Dima and my friend Halina are very alike. The most selfless people I met in my life. People who will give everything they have if they see people in need, not thinking about tomorrow, because helping today is what is the only thing that matters, helping those who are in need. So yeah, I am inspired by people like you. Кажу, що Діма, є у мене подруга Галя. Вона медикиня, вона взагалі лікар, дитячий педіатр, зараз вона ще алерголог і психотерапевта також, в принципі, вона вже практикує, да. І вона така ж людина, як ти. Я збагнув, що ви от з нею ті люди, які, якщо бачать когось в біді, або от in need, це як когось, кому потрібна допомога зараз, вони будуть, вони не будуть думати про себе, вони допоможуть обов'язково цій людині, чого б це їм не коштувало. І ви надихаєте мене сильно. Я тобі вдячний, Діма, за те, що ти надихаєш мене.
Дякую, спасибо, что, вообще это просто, мне кажется, это человечность, оно у всех есть, просто кто-то заглушил в себе это. Кому-то удобнее так становится. А так вообще все, слава Богу.
Круто, що ти не заглушив, і що тобі так не легше. І, я бачу, тут і українською люди тобі коментують в чаті. Зараз там було. Дякую тобі за все, що ти зробив і продовжуєш робити, Діма. Ти легенда.
Ні. Легенда – це Україна, а я так.
Ні, ну ти частина цієї легенди, Діма. Дійсно,
Это после войны, дай бог, чтобы вот так еще будет что рассказать. Просто оно все ж не можешь рассказать, все. Если кого-то вот так собрать, знаешь, четко вот так сесть, и вот как вот жизнь она была, как это в дорогах, как это, ну, все происходит, как колеса пробиваешь, как ты бегаешь по фронту. Представь, там, 4-е, 5-е колесо, ты, ну, ты снимаешь с какой-то машины, где-то находишь, что-то ищешь, ну, ходишь. Ну, это такое.
Mhm. Okay, I will translate this one, Lena, and let you rest for a bit. So Dima says, well, you know, I am... the legend is Ukraine, and I am just a... no, I don't know how to translate it. Я такое, да, сказал Дима. I'm not decent to be called a legend. I would translate it like this. And I said, yes, Ukraine is a legend, but you are a piece of that puzzle, of that legend. And a big piece, to be honest, because, guys, you can see it all in documentary. You just go and watch it if you haven't watched it yet, and it's I think the first link here in the description of the stream. You can easily find it and watch it again or for the first time. It's just awesome. Dylan is a great guy, and I'm happy that he met Dima back in the days and made this documentary about him, and we are able to actually support Dima today.
Все, я побігла. Добраніч.
Okay. Good night, Lena. We love to have you here. Remember that.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Good night. Ну що ж, Діма, знов я буду перекладачем. Ну, насправді ми можемо вже відпустити тебе спати. Що думаєш?
Ну, да, мне тяжело, потому что я еще так болею, ну, слышно по голосу.
Да, і я бачу, що тобі важко, тому, друже,
И завтра дела.
іди відпочивай.
Кинуть. Но ради рэпа я готов был сидеть и готов, ты понял? Я тебе говорю.
Guys, Дима
Все
said...
равно это, ну, знаешь, какая-то часть, какой-то процесс. Так что
Розумію,
я
друже.
во всем пытаюсь найти хорошее, ничего страшного.
Давай перекладу, це дуже круто. Diva says, yeah, I would love to go to sleep because I'm also ill right now, and it would be cool to go rest. But for the electronic warfare, it was worth it. So he's happy with your donations, guys. You're really helping him to stay not completely safe, but at least safer, and really have a chance to survive when FPV drone... Luckily, it won't happen, but the chance is high that FPV drone hits his car, and if he's gonna have that electronic warfare on him, on the car, then the chance is lower that the drone will hit him. So, please, if you have extra means to give donations to Dima in the future, without me reminding you, $10, $5, whatever you can, 50, 100, whatever you can, just send them when you can, because Dima told you that he doesn't have money and he's really looking sometimes everywhere for some things, some aid. So please support him. I actually wanted Dylan to be here with us today, but Dylan could not, and I said, you know, Dima, we're doing the stream this Sunday even without Dylan because you need help here now, and I'm really happy that we were able to provide him with this help. And you know, I was also able to donate to Dima this week, so I may say we, not only you rollers. So, love you guys. Thank you for all the support to Dima, and I will say some final words to Dima, or ask him to say the final words first, and then we will let him go. Діма сказав, що попрошу тебе, може сказати, якісь останні слова на сьогодні, і потім я тобі скажу останні на сьогодні.
Люди дороже золота.
People are more valuable than gold. You know, there's this, it's like a saying, it's an old saying here in Ukraine, but maybe not only in Ukraine, maybe in Russia too, but it's a good one. So yeah, that's what Dima said. Діма, дуже дякую, що ти до нас сьогодні завітав, поділився своєю історією. Я сподіваюся, що донати допоможуть тобі не тільки матеріально, але й ще тобі покажуть, що є такі небайдужі люди, як от...
Очень важно сейчас.
Да, з моєї спільноти, вони з усього світу тут. У нас і Штати, і Канада, Австралія, вся Європа, є Японія. З усього світу люди. І їм не байдуже.
Да, спасибо. Это очень важно, потому что сейчас, оно как вспышками, люди осаждаются. Так что такое, спасибо большое всем тем, кто имеет в сердце и понимает. Кто понимает, вот просто кто понимает всю серьезность ситуации на самом деле. Потому что, допустим, взять 14-го года война, я думал, что нету такой войны, хотя...
Ну, ти маєш на увазі, що ти тоді також був, типу, як...
Не понімав, да.
Ну, да. Тобто, по суті, тоді воно просто було більш завуальовано, але, да, тоді це була Росія, так само вона вторглася. І різниці не було. Я радий, що ти зараз це розумієш, я радий, що ти робиш цю роботу. І дай перекладу те, що ти сказав англійською, і тоді вже дам тобі йти спати. So, Rollers, Dima said that he is very, very grateful to you. He values the support and he values the fact that you care, that you really care, that you understand everything and care. So, he is very grateful to you, and I know that you are very grateful to him for his work. Now, Wally, thank you so much for your generous donation too.
Это это вообще самый большой донат.
Да?
Мы вот так как-то собираем, вот так вот такие. Я ж постоянно на трассе живу, ты же понимаешь, я без интернета, без ничего. Особо команда там, у меня то в армию забрали, то погиб, то еще что-то. Короче, вот такое.
Dima just said that it's his biggest donation ever. Wally, you made Dima's day, I'm sure. Кажу, що Wally, ти точно зробив день сьогодні.
Это очень много, и тем более сейчас, это важно. Я думаю, что я сейчас еще быстрее соберу, я уже я ж проснулся.
Dima even waking up.
Но надо идти отдыхать, потому что, реально такое уже.
Yeah, Dima needs to go rest though. Today you donated, together with Wally, you donated $1,600 to Dima. Electronic warfare device that Dima needs and dreams of it, because it's basically the only lifesaver for him right now, because FPVs are crazy. There are too many of them. He says for one person there are 2 FPVs. So he says that for that you already donated. No, I said that he needs at least $4,000 for a good electronic warfare device. So if we will be able separately from our fundraisers find those 2,400 remaining for him, he would be able to get himself an electronic warfare device as soon as we get those money. So please, guys, think about it. And if you have the means, send money to Dima's PayPal during the week, because as soon as possible it should be done, because you know, his life and life of his team members and the life of his well, let's call them passengers, is at stake. So you have an ability to save some lives. Це 7 годин, от 7 годин міцно поспи, добре?
Ну да, не 5, осталось 5.
5.
Мне всем вставать.
Guys, only 5 hours.
8 я уже общаюсь.
Shit. For Dima, only 5 hours left to sleep, and I was wishing him, I wish, I don't know, I wish him to sleep it tightly, without any. Коротше, без порушень сну, іди і спи. Все, друже. Дуже дякую тобі.
Все, спасибо, спокойной ночи. Все, мы с тобой еще до встречи, мы с тобой увидимся.
Та, друже, давай. Від всіх з моєї спільноти ми тебе любимо. Давай.
Да,
удачі.
слава Україні.
Героям слава. We love him, I said. These selfless people, they are the best. And we're raffling. Let's do it. Let's do it. Spin the wheel. A wheel. This is just a quote from one of the songs. And the winner is number 22. Who was that? Let's go watch. Number 22. Yeah, K-Bell wins the Motonka. Ticket from Fred Thornbury. One of the free tickets. It works, guys. Sometimes it works. K-Bell, if you're in the chat. Catherine, I think Catherine is already asleep. But someone tell her tomorrow that she's won the raffle. That's really awesome. Congratulations, K-Bell. I hope you're still here, but I think you're sleeping, because if you're still in Lviv Oblast, it is night for you. I'm really happy for Catherine. It should update now. Come on. Update. It just updated. Awesome. We Rollers is global. Yes, we are. Okay, we closed another fundraiser. Thank you, guys. This is a small one, but still feels good. Still feels good. You remember who they are? They are the guys from Kraken who we helped. So they made this for you rollers. The patch is the old type, not the one made from rubber, but the one made from fabric. So it's an old school Kraken patch before they started making them. Yeah, so they actually put the message, "Thank you, Rick Rollers and Rick, for your help." BPLA Bandera, they signed it. Roy, yeah, so 6 of them signed it for you rollers. The clock made of bullets Wow, this is absolutely beautiful. Wow, that's so cool. Fabulous. Amazing. You gotta listen to the magic of fundraising that happened today. Well, Adrenaline got together with the rollers, got electronic warfare device for Dima for him to survive on the front line. He's not a soldier, but he's going to the front line, like literally to the villages that Russians are entering and saving lives. And he's very like Helena. To lose someone you know, someone you care about, yeah? I'm proud to say that we were friends. We met in real life and we were communicating. And he was a great supporter of Ukraine, a big one. And yeah. Okay, guys, this was a sad but a good stream at the same time. We raised tons of money. Tons of them. So, I want to ask you to keep being awesome. But I know that I don't even have to ask you. You're already awesome and you're not going to be changing. I love your rollers. I also want to ask those of you who still haven't subscribed to my base or Donatello to do it, because it's really uncertain with Buy Me a Coffee right now. That dude Joseph stopped replying, so... Okay, my friends, please subscribe to the new channel I've created. It's in the name of this stream. It's gonna be with clips from the streams, some good memories, and maybe some other type of new content. I will figure it out. You know that life is it always brings me into something interesting and unknown and very unexpected. Okay, guys, so no, never gonna give you up today, but I'm just gonna sing mine for you. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Not the best version, but great live stream, Rick and everyone. Yes, guys, thank you so much for everything. I love you, rollers. I wish you a great week, and I wish you to live long and prosper and be able, have the means to donate. And Slava Ukraini, my friends, and rest in peace, James. Zero Ohms. You will be forever in my heart. Yeah, glory to Ohms. Have a good trip in the east and stay safe. Thank you. Thank you, Danielle. I will try to. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, leave any comment under it, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. You can find the full stream recording. This clip was taken from here. And I invite you to join us on Rick the Ukrainian here for live streams and videos from Ukraine. Thank you, and live long and prosper.